By far the most common inquiry and frequently asked question we have in the Daiwa service department is that about line rollers and line roller bearings. The line roller is by far the hardest working component of any spinning reel. The line roller acts as a squeegee. It tends to wring out any of that salt water and even fresh water that's coloured and dirty, and of course all of those contaminants, salt, dirt, etc. get into the line roller bearing itself. And it doesn't matter whether you're actually just retrieving a lure or fighting a fish, that line roller is working 100% of the time. So we're going to quickly run you through a line roller bearing service and what actually is entailed within a line roller system itself. The Caudia, being a later model reel, utilises a different system to our little sole over here. This is our line roller in here, and we have a Phillips head screw there which needs to be undone. It's the only part that needs to be undone on one of these reels to service the entire line roller system. Being very careful to lay things out in order so as I don't get things wrong when I put it back together. Screw comes out, pinch the system with your fingers just like that so that when it actually comes apart, components don't drop out, fall away. Okay, we open up the system like that and the line roller comes away. I'm just going to put that down there on the table. I'm also going to open up the sole so I can actually put that away now for the moment. The Caudia line roller uses what we call line roller bushes or collars. Using my little tool there, it comes out. Now here we need to just make sure that we've got direction correct. Two collars come out, one goes either side of that line roller, and that's all that is entailed in that particular line roller system. The bearing system is a little more involved. Sitting down in here I've actually got a tiny little washer, and this particular guy is probably the most commonly lost component in any reel. Down she goes. Turning that over, we can see clearly we've got a ball bearing down in here. This particular one uses a very small circlip, easily the second most commonly lost component in our reels. It's a little difficult to remove. We have made up some special tools for it, but for you guys at home trying to remove this circlip, easily the best thing that I can suggest to you is to use a jig head that you would use on a soft plastic lure. The sharp point is the critical factor. There it is. You can see it is absolutely tiny. Okay, circlip's out. Pushing from the opposite side, and line roller bearing is now out also. So as you can see, a few more components, a little more involved, but still a fairly basic system. Any white spirit will work quite well. Simply wash all the components up, paintbrush it out, and you're ready to roll. You cannot use a solvent or a white spirit of any description on a ball bearing. But if you did attempt to wash this, all of that solvent's going to penetrate into and remove all the lubricant from inside of that bearing, and it's going to be useless afterwards. Reassembly, open our bail arm, putting our screw into position like that, and holding my thumb there will enable me to assemble that line roller system on top of that screw. I'm going to place the line roller down into a position like that. Now what I can use is an oil type lubricant like that particular one there. I can put a little bit of oil in there. I believe the oils to be better, particularly on bearings and bushes. The beauty of the bushed line roller system is that maintenance is of course much lower than that of a bearing, and the lifespan of that bush can be quite extensive. So it's important to note that when we do these screws up, that they need to be done up well. And that's all that's actually required on a bushed line roller system. The bearing system is a little bit different. This particular reel is ready to have this reassembled. What I'm going to show you is a new product that we've got for the consumer. You can get it through tackle stores or you can get it direct from us, but it's actually a line roller bearing kit. In there we have one new bearing and two of those little line roller washers that we discussed before. Our line roller itself, there's not much to it. The bearing drops straight down inside the line roller like that. The tricky bit is of course replacing our friend here, the circlip. So if in doubt, don't hesitate to call our service centre and ask us about it. I use my fingernail and I push that little tiny circlip down into position and we're good to go. Putting the screw into position like that and holding it there with my thumb makes this system a little bit easier to assemble because it's not all pre-mounted on our bale wire. All I do is drop our line roller down into position like that. I can see how freely it's spinning by giving it a bit of a flick, and the line roller washer, forcing down with my finger is the easiest way to pick it up, will drop down into position just like that. Now at this point I'm going to add some lubricant to it. I believe that an oil is by far the superior product to use. If I put a grease in there, it would end up slowing that ball bearing up. Okay, pinching the system together, lifting the bale arm back up into position. I can align it with my bale wire, screwdriver into position like that. To test that system, I like to pull off a little bit of line. Simply pull the line across it slowly without a lot of pressure and you should be able to see that line roller turning, and it is turning nice and free, ready to roll.